I'm currently a mile deep in the woods looking for a few anomalies I found using LiDAR. I believe there's some man-made structures out here, or the remnants of them, and to make it all a little more interesting, I decided I was going to do it in these. An $8 pair of women's slippers from Dollar General. This should be a fun one. Let's go. Oh. Ooh. That's kind of scary. All right, the truck is literally right there and my feet are already wet. All right, so I think the best thing to do is to try to get down to this clearing here and follow that out as far as possible. I think the anomaly we're looking for is somewhere over here. All right, I don't know what it was, but I already had something go through the bottom of my slipper. Ah. I found a nice deer path here and it's pretty dry, so I'm going to follow this for a while. Now, even though I'm wearing women's slippers out here, I feel like I'm still moving pretty good, so I'm curious to see how long this takes me. Alright, I think this is where things are going to start to get interesting. It gets pretty steep behind me, so we'll see if we can keep our feet in these slippers. Just had a tick on my pants, and there's also one on my slipper. Whenever you're out walking around like this in the woods, always stop and check your pants every so often for ticks. I've found probably about 5 of them so far, and that's 5 less that have been on my skin. This is definitely the slipper's weakness, is uphill terrain. They are nice and warm though. Alright, it looks like we're getting pretty close. The only thing about this is it doesn't show you which direction you're looking, so I just have to walk for a while, reload my position, and figure out where I'm at. But I think we need to go that way. Well, I think I just found what we're looking for. This is definitely it. I think the map is off just a little bit, but this has to be what we're looking for. Alright, I had a suspicion it would be a pond, and here it is. This is definitely man-made, and I think it's spring-fed because it's actually got a pretty good flow over here on the overflow. This thing is absolutely loaded with tadpoles. Well, now that I'm here, I think I'm just going to sit down, enjoy a little snack before we get back on the dusty old trail. It was just a chipmunk. I'm going to try to find 2 house foundations, 2 or 3. There's a few house foundations out here I'm going to try to find. But I'm going to try to do it without using my phone at all. I'm just going to walk into the direction I think they are. Or there's a stream, I think, down this way. We'll hit that and we'll eventually find them. But before we get going, let's see how these slippers are doing. They're a little dirty, a little wet. Still got the price tag on them. They're holding up pretty good. My feet are just a little bit wet. They're not terrible. So I'd say they're pretty good. They're a pretty good hiking shoe. If you're interested in LiDAR, I'm going to put a link below to this website that I've been using. And the setting I like the most is multi-directional hillshade. That little guy just went through my slipper. Oh. The ground is definitely getting wetter the more downhill I go. My feet are thoroughly wet now. Alright, I've been wandering around out here in the woods for probably 2 hours or so, I'd say. I think maybe I've gone 1.5 miles, I'm not sure. And here's how the slippers are doing. As you can see, they're quite stained and wet. But the big thing is, where my foot bends now, the glue's failing already. Both inside and outside. Tag's still on there. This one's even worse. So, we probably have about 1 mile left to go back to the truck. We'll see if these things are even still on my feet by then. Well, I just slipped, and now my foot is very wet. Well, this is definitely man-made, but I don't know if this is one of the foundations I saw on the map. I have no idea where I'm at right now, but I feel like I'm close. Now that the slipper is soaking wet, it probably weighs like 8 pounds, and is having trouble staying on my foot. I just stepped on something, and it did not feel good. That did not feel good at all. Alright, I'm almost back to the road, and I know these foundations were like right by the road. So I'm going to pull up the map and take a look and see just how close I am. They got to be right here somewhere because I can see the traffic when it goes by. There's a bunch of broken glass around here, so I think I'm getting close to that foundation. Hope I don't get a piece of broken glass through my slipper. Alright, so here's a foundation for something. I wish I knew more about these. Like, I wish I knew if these were houses or barns or what. Ooh. There's an old well right here that's not covered. That's kind of scary. I'm glad I was paying attention. I think I'm going to try to find a big rock so I can cover this up. Who knows what's fallen down in there over the years? It might be fun to bring the magnet fishing kit out here and see what's down here. There. Ouch! Now this looks like the main foundation, but there's a smaller one off to the side here. Let's see if we can find that one. There it is. Alright, the road is actually right there, so I'm just gonna head back to the road and take that back to the truck. Now if you like this video, hit the like button down below. If you want to see more, subscribe. If you got any ideas for crazy stuff to do, let me know in the comments. I am going to do some research on these foundations, and if I find anything, I'll do a voiceover for right here, right now. According to an 1865 census I found, William D. Black and George A. Black, they both seem to have been farmers and both seem to have served in the Civil War. There's an overgrown cemetery across the road I found a few months ago, and there was an Alexander Black that died in 1881. You can see his house on the map across the road. That's about the extent of the information I could find online. Oh, there's one more thing that said George often enjoyed leaving his well uncovered just in case any weirdos came by in butterfly slippers. Now, if you wait till I get back to the truck, I'll give you a update on the slippers, see how they're looking. We found that old pond, we found a well, we found 3 or 4 house foundations, and somehow, against all odds, the slippers held up. They're a little wet, they're a little stinky, but they made it. Do I recommend women's slippers? Probably not, because my feet are soaked and they were stabbed several times, but they got the job done. We'll see you guys in the next one.